What's up, everybody? It's your girl Shayron, repping it to you from the Windy City.
So today's video is going to be Songwriting 101. So, the number one step in songwriting or any ministry, anything that you pursue, I should say, is going to be all effort, even failed, produces muscle. And that has helped me over the entire time that I've been in ministry. Anything that you do, whether it be cleaning the bathrooms, whether it be standing on the stage leading song service, everything that you do, even if you fail at times, you're going to produce muscle. You're going to build up your strength in what you're doing, what you're pursuing. So keep that in mind when songwriting as well. I have so many unfinished songs. I've been doing this for about 11 years now. It's gonna happen. So never get discouraged. Keep that beautiful thought in your heart that everything you do, even if you fail, is gonna produce some muscle. So when I start a song, I generally like to find my inspirations. Now this can come from a sermon that you heard. This can come from hearing another song. You can get inspired by just reading your Bible. I wrote a whole song in like 45 minutes just based off the 3 accounts of the crucifixion. And so, I mean, you can literally find God in anything, literally anything, guys. I was walking to the beach one day and the Holy Spirit fell on me and I was able to be inspired by that moment. So, yeah, number one would be find your inspiration. I've also been inspired by beats. There's a couple websites, I'll link them below, that you can kind of just surf and just play beats and get inspired by those, maybe download them and use those to kind of build your song from there. I've also been inspired by my own personal notes from church. Like, you can go back, maybe, Sunday sermon, you can just go back to it, reread the notes, and get inspired by what you personally got from the sermon. Those are all great ways to find inspiration. So I encourage you to start there, and then from there you can start building your song. So I'll just go through what the different definitions are and what these terms kind of mean, in my opinion, so that you can kind of decide where you want to start in actually writing your song from there. A lot of songs I've started with the chorus. So that's just the common denominator of a song. If you think about the songs that you've memorized, songs that you generally learn the chorus first just because it's shorter and it's, it's got maybe a lot more instruments in the chorus, like in the beat. So yeah, chorus is a good place to start. It's kind of the glue that takes your song to the end. So the verse is going to be just kind of where the content of the song, the meat of the song is, if you want to call it that. That's where the most of your explanation is going to be about what your song is about. So songs generally have 2-3 verses, sometimes 4 if it's got a lot of different people in the song. Verses is one of the terms you'll hear, and that's kind of where you can start as well. Now when I think about a song, I think of the start, the details, the climax, and then the resolution. So the end of the song usually ends with the chorus. So we already talked about chorus. I'm going to talk about the climax. Here is where we generally find like a bridge. So now this is similar to a verse with a good amount of content, but usually if you're singing, I don't really know how it is for rap. I'll ask my dad about it. But if you're singing, the bridge generally has like a different melody. So maybe switch it up the way that you're singing that part, maybe using less words, and kind of having this build up to tie in your song to go right back to the chorus. And then it's like oh my gosh, the whole song makes sense after you hear the bridge. So the bridge is something that you'll hear in music a lot, and so I thought I'd throw that term in there as well. The term that you'll hear a lot in mostly rap is gonna be a hook. Now a hook is generally like a little catchy phrase that's repetitive, and so like I said, a lot of rappers use this to kind of literally hook people into liking the song. It's like, oh yeah, I can say that, and I can bounce with it. So yeah, a hook is something pretty cool that you can use if you'd like in if you're doing an R&B song, or if you're doing hip hop, or if you're doing rap rock. Like, you can use that in pretty much any genre, and that's something that's super short, really repetitive, and really catchy. Phew. So now that we've gone through the, I guess, skeleton of the song, you can feel free to write. That's where your creative process can just flow. Best advice about finishing a project and making all these different parts come together, I think, would be patience and just to let it come naturally. I forced songs before just for the sake of having a song done, and they're not as quality as the ones that I've, maybe taken 6 months to write, but just let God kind of naturally let those inspirations come and let it flow. Those songs are a lot more powerful, a lot more effective, in my opinion. So feel free to, take your time in creating a song. And that brings us to our next step, which is practice, practice, practice. Please practice. Do not, and I implore you to not get on a stage or go to an outdoor concert and try to minister your song without fully being confident in knowing the words. Like, if you don't hear nothing else from this tutorial, like, please just practice. I mean, put your headphones in, download your beat onto your phone, and just keep, drill it into your brain. Because it's very easy to get on that platform, see all the eyeballs looking at you, and blank. I've done it. Trust me. Practice. Also, if you are stuck in your creative process, if you're sitting on writer's block and you're like, dang, I don't know how else to, really what direction to go in the song, this, that, and the third. If you have those kind of hesitations, I'd say get godly, constructive criticism, especially from those who are maybe already in music ministry or who are, saved longer. Godly counsel, godly opinions definitely will help you to create that full song. And for me, that's personally helped tremendously when it comes to songs that I wasn't necessarily able to finish. I have a friend, Nate Doggy. I would send him stuff and he would come in with a totally different perspective and really just help me to bring the song into a solid form just by letting him hear it. So practice it for yourself, practice it for people, and get that input that you need to complete the song. My last and final step in the songwriting process is to really just enjoy my song. After it is done, after it's complete, and the stress of actually creating the song is gone, and you're able to memorize it, do it confidently, and eventually go and minister the song. Just enjoy it. With responsibility comes, grace, and so stay within that grace that God gives for ministering the song, for being able to stand on the stage and proclaim the gospel in this fashion, and just really enjoy it. That's one of the things that I wish I would have done sooner. I was 12, 13 when I first started ministering in the music ministry. I would stand literally with the mic right here, and I would not move, but I would sing the song. I was just so nervous, so scared, and it took about 4 or 5 years for me to really get comfortable enough to, say with the beat, and for people to see that I enjoyed the song, and also enjoy it with me. So definitely the last step, my final tip would be just to enjoy it. Enjoy being in the ministry, enjoy being able to do something so great. A couple of tips and tricks that I just wanted to throw in as an outro is for me, I like to use pen and paper. It works, guys. I know it's easier sometimes, especially if you're on the go, to just, type it into the notes section of your phone. It's totally cool. But if it was me, I would just say use pen and paper. Get you a spiral that's just for your songwriting, and it's really nice to be able to see things and write it out. It's really, really, really helped me effectively write when I was able to physically write it down. What you put in comes out. So especially as a music minister, please, please, please be careful about what you're listening to. I found out that a lot of my writer's block, or just, times I would get stumped in my ministries, because I wasn't necessarily listening to the greatest music. And so anything that you put in is going to go into your heart and will eventually come out. So I just encourage you to really, guard your ears, especially if you're going to be trying to project, goodness and holiness and the gospel. Because you cannot pour your life out from an empty cup. So be careful what you put in, and
hopefully the things that you put in, the good things, will be able to help you to project good things.
Next tip would be, I got this from one of my beat makers. He just said not to limit yourself, not to put yourself in a box, because like when I first went into ministry, I thought, oh, I'm only gonna do R&B, like that's all I can do. I can only sing. But God proved me otherwise. He really expanded me and stretched me, and I was able, I have a song that I rap. I'm not a rapper, but you know, through God, I did it. I have a rap song. I have a rap rock song that I did with my dad. Absolutely so much fun. I never thought I would like rap rock, but who knew? And then I also have a couple of pop songs, so just like the Rihanna feel, like very pop, princessy type of songs that people love. Like, you don't understand how not limiting yourself is gonna work wonders in your ministry. So grow with your projects, grow with God, and see just how far it'll take you. Last but not least is to find God in any ministry you pursue. God can be found in cleaning the toilets. You really can. So whether you're on a big stage or a little stage, God is very evident, very omnipresent, and can be found in all of those things. So I just wanted to encourage you guys with that. You can find God in any ministry. God bless you in your pursuit to songwrite and do music ministry. Please feel free, if you have any questions or anything that I may have missed in this tutorial, leave them in the comment section. I will reply back ASAP. I hope you all are truly blessed by this. Share this if you think somebody would be helped by anything in this video. I really hope to hear you guys send me music in the future, possibly record the things that you write, and you know, God can really truly touch people with music. Music is very universal. Guys, be truly blessed, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.